Yes.
No, put the camera on the tripod. Very short, actually. I went a different way than I normally do, and it only took like an hour and 4 minutes.
Where are you from?
Right by the 405 and the 101. Which is by...
I'm from the Bay Area. I don't know SoCal at all.
Okay, it's like supposed to be like an hour and a half from here.
Okay, like towards San Diego or towards...
Oh, no, towards west.
Okay.
Towards the ocean.
Okay.
What the hell? You know what? I'm going to get rid of that damn row of chairs. And the ones on the end.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Catherine. They'll fall off and you'll have to restart. Thank you.
I can't believe you.
What? Everybody here should play Catherine if you haven't, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Not the single player.
No.
Although I guess the single player is kind of alright.
But that's a puzzle game or something?
It's a, puzzle dating sim,
My
I
roommate
guess.
plays it and there's always like a bell ringing and it's really annoying or something. There's like a constant it's like a wind chime or something. Yeah, it's like this guy,
That's
right?
a single player.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, the multiplayer is completely different.
Oh, okay. Wait, but it's like
to
about...
unlock the multiplayer.
Pretty much.
Okay. It's like a...
You have to unlock.
The single player is like you trying to choose between Catherine with a K and Catherine with a C, one of which is evil, but you don't know which is evil.
Don't spoil it. I want to play it.
What? I ain't spoiling anything.
Okay, well, I didn't know.
One of them's evil.
One is evil, yeah. What you really want out of it is to play through about 3/4 of the single player to get all the multiplayer levels, and then you don't really... I mean, I guess if you want to finish it, you can, but like...
Yeah. There's just like
I don't
you
know.
play
They're both
through-
kind of boring. I would have gone with Sarah.
Right. You play through arcade mode and story mode and Skullgirls to get the costumes, and then you only play training mode versus mode.
Well, yeah, but the difference is it's a fighting game.
Right.
I mean,
just joking.
This- Yeah. We're just looking at it.
Let's hope it is.
Look at that.
Hey,
whoa.
okay. This man.
Yeah, you did an excellent job.
Thank you. And on a visual, I'm going to get some stuff.
Hey, more people.
More people.
Hello, more people. Where's the single guy that was actually here that came back?
It's Lewis, right? No, not Lewis.
All right, I'm gonna give him like a
No,
couple
just
more
go.
seconds.
No.
All right, well,
Yeah.
hello everybody. So I'm ridiculously embarrassed to be here, as always. And given that it's not an auditorium or anything, you can shout out questions at any time if you want to. In fact, please do, because my middle name is unprepared.
Okay.
Yeah, my middle name is never ready for anything. It's actually kind of annoying. I have to bring them everywhere. Yeah, so hello. I am part of the video game industry, I guess.
So we're just going to go through a set of questions that I got of last night. I wish I did bring a printout copy, so I'll probably go this back and forth. But we're just going to go over what Mike went through the video game industry after graduating from college, how he started Skullgirls, and then just things that he learned while being in there, and how maybe you guys have tips and stuff to get in. So
Yeah, and I wasn't kidding about asking questions.
nice. If you have any in the middle, go ahead and just say, so.
Yes, we will persecute you mercilessly, but you should ask anyway.
It's just feel comfortable. You have questions, please do ask, because he does not like driving, so it's probably really comfortable to be down here.
Yeah, I walked all the way here.
But okay,
Oh, and if you don't like bad jokes, you're probably in the wrong place.
yeah, that's a warning too.
They get worse the tireder I am. All right.
But yeah, look at the amazing PowerPoint.
So tell me what to say.
Okay, well,
Also, I've never seen this PowerPoint before,
Yeah.
so that's extra interesting.
yeah, I'm glad. So yeah, so this is Mike's, you guys. He made Skullgirls. It was released in April.
Yeah. One clap. Yes, I made it.
I think it's like 50,000 in the first
10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
Something like that. And
Just
that was-
in North America.
Yes. So for an Xbox Live game, we are doing pretty well, and I mean you have to preface everything for for a downloadable game because you can't compare a disc release because you can't walk into a store and be like, oh, I really want a copy of that thing with that guy on the cover. Where's that? Do you have that one?
Right.
Yeah, it's surreal putting out a game.
Did you turn on the thing?
What?
That's recording.
Oh.
Damn, why did you do
Why
that?
are you? Yeah.
Sorry.
Just say no.
Okay.
All right. So anyway.
Anyway, so now that we know what
Front page of SRK.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's so basically my right now. Just talk about. I guess.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Why would anybody go to the front page of SRK?
I mean,
Oh, speaking of the front page SRK, that dude whose name I don't remember, Yurio or something like that, reminded me in not so nice words to tell everybody here that if you buy the Xbox Live version and you don't have the right Xbox, you will experience slowdown that will totally fuck up your game experience.
Yeah.
His words.
yeah.
So now I've done that. Look, front page.
It's a 4 gig version that nobody even has anyways. I think.
Well, I mean, look, if a consumer has a problem, you can't really
No,
control
I
it
know.
that much.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things that we're working on in the patch, which is nice.
Mhm.
Like the version that I brought today is the 360 version, and it loads faster, so yay.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
go ahead.
Alrighty, so just going through. This is Mike, guys.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm assuming
you
that's
can
some
read
sort of
that.
terrible picture of me.
Laugh at it.
What the?
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Do you have to use this?
This is the only embarrassing panel, I promise.
Really?
Yes.
Because this whole panel has been embarrassing.
But yeah, so this is Mike, guys. So I guess introduce yourself where you started.
Yeah. Hi. So I was born in a log cabin. I learned to play guitar. Oh wait, that was Johnny B. Good. So yeah, I've been weird ever since I was a kid. It doesn't stop when you get older. I should warn everybody here. However, once you get done with college, you really do control the world because nobody can figure out how to use any technology without you. So you can charge exorbitant prices and not be able to fix their internet, and people will just be like, well, I guess it was broken beyond repair. Which pisses me off about computer repairmen. But
Talk about where you, as in like, how you got out of college, and then how you started Skullgirls in
How I
college.
got out of college?
What did you do? Both graduating. Did you like think about your resume? Did you like game for going into the video game industry?
What was your major?
what?
What was your major?
Computer science.
Okay. And your master's
actually,
was that too?
what?
And your master's was computer
Yes.
science?
I didn't finish my master's. I got a job at Pandemic, and it turned out I was learning a lot more at Pandemic than the people that were at the master's program were. No, but they were much more interested in doing research than helping students for the most part. Several of the professors weren't that way, but not that I'm advocating not to finish your education. Obviously, finish as much of it as you can, especially in this economy. But, all right, so, let's see. Yes, thank you. All of that stuff that they tell you to do to prepare for your career, I didn't really do. That doesn't mean it's not useful. But the truth is, so ever since I was like 12, and I played Battletoads, and I couldn't beat the 4th level, which is after the speeder bikes. I love the speeder bikes. I don't understand why people hate that. But anyway, so ever since I was 12, I wanted to make video games. Everybody wants to do that, or everybody wants to, be an astronaut or a firefighter or a politician or whatever else. So I didn't really get to do anything with it until we moved from New York to Minnesota, and my parents bought me a computer as a bribe because I didn't want to move, apparently. And it was a Commodore Amiga, and it had some of the most awesome games I'd ever seen up until that time, like Discman, which probably nobody here has played. You're lucky, you guys. And they did all that nice stuff where they let you program in BASIC in the shell for no reason, like all the old computers did. So I wrote a bunch of stuff in BASIC, and I got really interested in it, and I went to a computer camp for like 3 years, which is about as nerdy as it sounds like it is. And then in high school, I asked very nicely if they would let me go to the technical college to take computer science, because we actually didn't have an AP computer science course the first year. So I took it and I learned it, and then when we did have an AP computer science course, I took that, and then the next year after that I actually taught it because they changed languages, and the professor didn't, or the teacher, I guess it's high school, didn't know C++ yet. So she sat at my desk and I taught C++, and then she gave me an A and a really nice, one of those spheres that like expands and contracts. Yeah. And then I went to college and pretty much played Marvel 2 for the whole time. Not that I didn't like go to class or anything, but Marvel 2 came out in '99, which was when I went to college. And I would go from, my parents will see this, that's fine. I would go from like 9 p.m. to like 3 a.m. to the arcade downtown, which was next to the crack house and the sex shop, which is actually a true story. My roommate thought I was a huge pervert because I would leave to go to that row of downtown at 9 p.m. and then come back at 3 a.m. And then the console version of Marvel 2 came out, and I brought in all my gaming crap, and he was like, "Oh, no, I guess you're just a nerd." So, let's see. Yes, there was lots of Marvel 2. There was more than there should have been. We started traveling. I went to Nebraska and tournaments and all the rest of that. It's nice to have been in college and getting a regular education background before going into video games. This is actually like something that I always say when people ask, should I go to Full Sail or, ITT Tech or whatever else? Generally, I would say no, because having a general background lets you do things that aren't video games and gives you more insight into how to apply, general stuff to making games as opposed to just going to a game design school specifically. There are good ones like Digipen and the Guildhall, back when I still paid attention to this stuff, were pretty good because they gave you a general background. But if you're an artist, go to an art school. If you want to be a programmer, major in computer science or computer engineering if you like hardware. And if you want to be a designer, try to take some computer science classes or some art classes, because having a background in one or the other is always more useful than not. Anyone can learn how to script, anyone can have ideas for what they think is fun. Being able to deal with the programmer and tell him or her, I want this thing to work this way, and I think I could do it with these resources, and they come back and say, well, I have to make it work slightly differently, to know that, or to know, like, when you ask for a set of animations for your main character, that you're not asking for the artist to do 50 different transitions from, like, holding on to the train to going under the train to crawling along the train, and, like, that you may never end up using half of them. Like, being able to scope is a really useful skill. This is not off, or this is totally off, whatever you asked.
Okay.
But,
This is interesting.
anyway, so let's see. In college, I had a professor who was really awesome, whose name was Richard Voiles, who taught real-time systems, which is basically what video games are. So in a normal computer, man, this is going to sound really stupid to people that know what I'm talking about. In a normal computer, the operating system is scheduling your programs, and it tells you can run now, and then it pulls you out of your time slice and puts something else in, and swaps out your context so that other programs can run, and it schedules everything. And so you can't ever really be guaranteed that you're going to get 80% of the CPU when you need it, or that your program will ever be able to really complete where it is. I mean, everybody's experienced whatever your favorite program is taking 5 times as long to do something because something else was running in the background. So a real-time system is the opposite of that. The operating system, if it exists, is generally running one thing, and if you're the thing that it's running, then you're doing all the scheduling yourself. But like, the importance of things in a real-time system is stuff has to get done when it should get done by, right? If you're writing, a program that controls a jetliner or a car, if your task takes too long to complete, then who knows what's going to happen to the actual thing that you're controlling. So video games is the same thing, except for actually on modern consoles it's kind of not anymore, because the operating system can do whatever it wants and take as long as it wants and runs whenever you render anything. But on older video game consoles like the Dreamcast, it ran your program and that was it. So if your game didn't run at 60, that was your fault, and you couldn't blame it on anything else. And you end up programming slightly differently for environments like this and making different considerations. So anyway, the upshot of that, I guess, is this teacher was very nice, and when I asked him if I could do Dreamcast programming for my project in that class, he said yes. Because this was about the time when everybody figured out that that awesome programmer at Sega left in the back door so you could make your own Dreamcast CDs. So it's basically what killed the system, right? Everybody could just download whatever game. And it's also what kept Marvel 2 alive, because you could add custom soundtracks, and people hacked the file format so you could make your own pellets. Go Team Shadow Lady. So, yeah, that's right, forced laughter. So he basically let me attempt to make a Dreamcast fighting game engine for this class, which was kind of the most awesome thing I could possibly have been allowed to do in college. I mean, it was way more interesting than linear algebra. Sorry, linear algebraists. algebraic. But so I started the Skullgirls engine at that point. Like, you sit down, you figure out how to run a thing on the console